Prachi, you also please come on the stage. Please welcome Ronika Madam. She is Principal SICA School Nipania. Ma'am, please welcome you here. I will request ma'am. Flowers are the true embodiment of divine warmth and peace. They reflect tender human feelings and emotions and are an expression of joy. It is with great joy that we welcome our esteemed dignitaries. I will entreat Chairman Sir Mr. P. Babuji to present a bouquet to our esteemed guest speaker, Mr. Dinesh Babuji, sir. This is such a proud moment for a father to present a bouquet to his son, and a humbling feeling for the son who has made his father proud. Let's have a huge round of applause. I will request Principal Dr. Gunjan Shukla Madam to present a bird to our Chairman, SICA Educational Trust, Mr. P. Babuji, sir. Let's have a huge round of applause. I will request Principal SICA School, Suza Matthew Ma'am, to present a bird to Managing Trustee, Dr. R. Shri, sir. I will request Vice Principal Rajni Preti Madam to present a bird to our trustee, Mr. S.M. Iyer, sir. I will request Prachi Madam to please present a bird to Mr. G. Ramesh, sir.
इसको सही कर दीजिए, इसको सही कर दो.
I will request Principal Ma'am to please welcome SICA School 54 Principal Miss Suza Matthew Madam with a bird. I will request Principal Gunjan Shukla Madam to please present a bouquet bird to our Principal SICA School Nipania, Mrs. Ronika Valicha Madam. Thank you so much, Madam. I will also request Principal Madam to please welcome the Vice Principals of SICA Schools, Prachi Madam, Dinesh Upadhyay sir, and Rajni Upreti Madam with a flower bud. Thank you so much. Let's have a huge round of applause for everyone. Thank you so much, Madam. Prachi Ma'am is welcoming SICA College Principal Dr. Gunjan Shukla Madam. Thanks a lot, everyone. Let's have a huge round of applause for this. Productivity demands a lot of efforts and discipline. It is always the result of commitment to excellence, intelligent planning, and focused efforts. Now, I will invite Dr. Gunjan Shukla Madam to address the gathering.
It's a matter of great pride and pleasure that we are having one of our very important family member with us today. I wholeheartedly welcome Mr. Dinesh Babuji, sir. With a round of applause, please. Welcome to everyone, Vande Mataram. Respected chief guest for today's session, respected chairman, sir, Mr. P. Babuji, sir, respected managing trustee, sir, Dr. R. Shri, respected senior most trustee, Mr. S.M. Iyer, sir, our respected trust member, Mr. G. Ramesh, sir, respected principal, Madam Suja, Madam, respected principal Ronika, ma'am, respected all the vice principals with us, HODs, faculties, my dear students, it's a matter of great pleasure that SICA College is hosting our first session, first seminar of this session 2024 as an industry academy interface with a great contribution and collaboration with Mr. Dinesh Babuji sir. And I'm glad that it's a matter of feeling of proud that one of the young Indian is serving the land of Dubai and associated with a great organization that is Oracle India. So thank you so much for sparing time for us, sir. So far as SICA College is concerned, I'm great to share that we are at presently running UG courses, sir. And BCA is our new course. It is, we are getting good response, good admissions. SICA College is affiliated with Devi Alaya Vishwavidyalaya, AICT, and Department of Higher Education, Madhya Pradesh. So we are currently into scenario where we are teaching our students new education policy. According to that, we are serving the curriculum. SICA College has taken a lot of initiatives to enrich all the curriculum and UG programs by having a lot of MOUs and association with prestigious organizations. We have done our MOU with Insurance Institute of India, Mumbai. We have done our MOU with even with IIT Indore also for incubation and entrepreneurship cell. We have also established entrepreneurship cell in the college where we are motivating students for business and how to start the business, all those things. We have also done collaboration with few industries regarding the internship programs of these students. And I'm sure that with your session today and all the insights you're going to share with my students, this will be a great help for them in choosing the career, taking the right path when it comes to technology, because it has a wide scenario and it is मतलब बहुत जल्दी technology में changes आते हैं. So your insight will be a great help for that. I again welcome you all. One most important thing again I want to share is our advisor Dr. Vijay Lakshmi Ankar ma'am is not here today due to her professional occupancy. Yesterday he was there very much in the campus. Day and night she's also planning. She's contributing a lot for the development of institution and students. Looking forward for the bright future of all my students. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Principal Madam. To educate the students and spread knowledge is the objective behind holding such kind of seminars. And if it is an international seminar, then its value is much more. It increases the knowledge and focus our attention on various aspects of the subjects. Why we are holding such seminars is just to educate you and guide you from the experts themselves. We really feel incredibly fortunate and honored to have Mr. Dinesh Babuji sir as the speaker here with us today. I'm extremely privileged and delighted to be given the opportunity to acquaint you all with the guest speaker of today's event, Mr. Dinesh Babuji sir. He has contributed immensely in the field of technology. Sir has 20 years of experience in technology transformation, consulting, advisory, and program direction. He holds expertise in leading technology initiatives and implementation teams to deliver end-to-end digital transformation programs. Currently, Sir is working with Oracle in Dubai as the Program Director, Oracle Consulting for Global Business Units, EMEA. Let's have a huge round of applause for our esteemed Sir. Here, EMEA represents Europe, Middle East, and Africa. So his reach is really very wide. So, sir, we are really very happy to given this opportunity to listen to you. I will request the dignitaries to please take their seats in the front row, and I will invite Dinesh Babuji sir to please take the session. Thank you so much. Please have a huge round of applause.
Hi, good morning, everybody. Good morning. How are you all? आप सब लोगों को बोर तो नहीं हो रहा है होंगे? लग रहा है कुछ बोरिंग टॉपिक है आज? नहीं? क्यों? How many students from grade 11? राइट, पीछे तक आवाज आ रही है? How many from class 12? Very nice. And how many from SICA College? Which subjects are you guys studying? Anybody computer science? All are computer science. Very good. How about SICA College students? Computer science or business management? Sorry? Which one again? Business management. Fantastic. All right. Great to have you all here. हिंदी और इंग्लिश में दोनों में हम बात करेंगे. इंटरेक्टिव सेशन रहेगा. I don't want to give a lecture. आप लोगों से समझना है मुझे कि आप क्या चाहते हो और मैं आपको एक आइडिया दूंगा कि मैं क्या करता हूँ और आपको ये करियर पाथ के बारे में बताऊंगा so that you can understand if you want to actually do this or not. Right? First of all, thank you, ma'am, for inviting me here, and thank you for the introduction to all the SICA committee members, and thank you everybody, thank you teachers, thank you principal ma'am from various schools for coming. Really appreciate the opportunity to do that, to speak to the students. So as they said, I work with Oracle in Dubai, and I work in the program management, project management side of things. So I want you to introduce to you all about technology consulting and project management. किसी को आइडिया है टेक्नोलॉजी कंसल्टिंग क्या होता है? Let's go one by one here. Anybody? Technology consulting or IT services? Anybody? You want to take a guess? Wrong answers are okay, no problem. No? All right. We'll take you through that. Right? I want it to be interactive. Please answer दीजिएगा. आपको भी मजा आएगा. It's something new. You have learned about technology. आपने AI के बारे में सुना है, आपने उसके बारे में पढ़ा है, आपने languages सीखे हैं, Java, C++, जो भी. ये business side of consulting. How do the consulting companies make money? आप लोग जब future में जाएंगे, you will be joining technology companies. How will you get your salary? You will get your salary from the revenue which the company makes, right? And how do they make that revenue? That is what this is about. That is what technology consulting is about, and how you as a project manager could help that, right? So let me take you through that. Hopefully you all can see this. Is it? This probably is little. The font size is low, so I'll explain it to you. आपको ये दिख रहा है? कोई भी customer, कोई भी बाहर की company, वो बोल रही है कि उनको लेकिन जो प्रोजेक्ट कर रहा है बंदा उसने सुना ये, राइट? जिन्होंने डिजाइन किया उन्होंने पेड़ ही काट दिया बीच में से, राइट? तो झूला जो है वो हवा में झूल रहा है, और प्रोग्रामर जिसने एक्चुअली कोडिंग की है या सॉफ्टवेयर बनाया है उन्होंने ऐसा बना दिया कि ये जमीन पे लेटा हुआ है झूला, राइट? और जो उनको मिलता है कस्टमर को एट द एंड ऑफ इट सिर्फ एक रस्सी, राइट? बट एक्चुअली कस्टमर क्या चाहिए था? उनको एक टायर चाहिए था झूले के साथ. तो ये चीज ऑलमोस्ट हर जगह देखने को मिलती है, हर कंपनी में. आप लोगों को डेफिनेटली प्रोजेक्ट्स मिले होंगे स्कूल में और कॉलेज में करने के लिए, राइट? एनी इंटरेस्टिंग प्रोजेक्ट्स? एनीबॉडी वांट टू शेयर? कोई भी? Nobody? Anybody from college? Did you guys do any projects? Yes, please go ahead.
So we did one, we did the CS Vegan project where we made a self-cleaning pipeline. Self-cleaning pipeline from sensors.
Oh, wonderful. Okay.
That was very interesting.
Fantastic, fantastic. How long did it take you to do that?
Around 2 months.
2 months, right? कितने लोग लगे करने के लिए?
Four.
4 people, right? And you guys had to spend a lot of time on it.
Yes, we had
Research and idea. इतने महीने में complete
to keep up with it, but at the end we had to work 4 hours.
Right. Excellent, excellent. Anybody else? Yes, please. Air purifier. Oh, lovely. Okay. How long did it take? Wonderful. How did you get that idea?
Idea was given by our teacher, but we modified it to increase its efficiency.
Okay.
How it would be usable for everyone.
Wonderful. All right. Excellent, excellent. Did you submit it somewhere?
Yeah.
Did you go through?
While we can.
Fantastic, fantastic. That's great to know. Great to know. Any Anybody else? Any interesting project? Very good. So, what did you understand from the projects which we just described here? Both our friends who mentioned it there. They had a start date and an end date. They had a limited budget. कि इतने पैसों में इतने दिन में ये खत्म करना है. They had an end goal. That's not their everyday activity, right? That's only for that time being. So that is what a project is. We'll go through that, what the project is, right? Let me take you through the next slide now. So, ये शायद example जो था more related to college graduates के लिए था, but since you are in school, मैं quickly समझा देता हूँ आप लोगों को. आप लोग जब बड़े होंगे, salary earn करेंगे या business करेंगे, you will be paying something called income tax, right? You would have heard that. Infosys, all of you know Infosys, the company, did this project for Government of India. उन्होंने एक website बनाई जिसके through सब लोग अपना income tax आज 4,242 crore का, right? उन्होंने पोर्टल लॉन्च किया 2021 में, वेबसाइट बना, लेकिन इमीडिएटली जो है उसमें इश्यूज आ गए. लोग जो है इनकम टैक्स फाइल नहीं कर पा रहे, राइट? तो क्या हुआ? आईटी डिपार्टमेंट ने बोला, इनकम टैक्स डिपार्टमेंट ने बोला कि ठीक है, आप मैन्युअली फाइल कर दीजिए, पोर्टल तो चल नहीं रहा है ना? इतनी बड़ी कंपनी है, फिर भी प्रॉब्लम हुआ. अब फाइनेंस मिनिस्ट्री तक बात पहुंच गई. निर्मला सीतारमण जी आई, उन्होंने बोला कि क्या चल रहा है. कॉल किया सीईओ को इन्फोसिस के, बोला कि आपका वेबसाइट नहीं चल रहा है. बच्चे बना लेते हैं वेबसाइट, तो आप नहीं बना पा रहे. लेकिन ऐसा कुछ नहीं था, काफी मेहनत वाला काम है, काफी बड़ा काम है ये. और उसके बाद भी इश्यूज आते रहे लोगों को और प्रेशर बिल्ड होता रहा इन्फोसिस पे खत्म करने के लिए. अब ये नहीं बोल रहा हूँ कि इन्फोसिस ने कुछ गलत काम किया, ये किया. हर प्रोजेक्ट में ये होता है. Everywhere this happens, right? Now, this is the kind of project I am talking about. It's a multiple year project, a big project. पूरे इंडिया के लिए एक इनकम टैक्स पोर्टल बनाना है. तो आप सोच रहे हो कि the way it is done, how it is done, the technology consulting, right? एक कोई भी आइडिया है आपके पास, any of you, college students, anybody, teachers, open to all. What is technology consulting? One line answer, two line answer, doesn't matter. Anything wrong is also okay. What do you guys think? Technology consulting, IT services. कुछ तो नहीं तो सुना होगा. What do? Any of us? No? Absolutely right. Absolutely on spot. So this is what technology consulting is. Technology consulting is not all the companies have the capability to do their own technology, right? What is technology consulting? ये तो definition है. Easily समझा होगा. Process of advising businesses on how to best use technology, right, for their benefit. कोई भी business हो, चाहे वो car manufacturer, Mahindra, Maruti Suzuki, Hero, any company, right? चाहे वो banks हो, what they don't have the IT capability of their own, right? अगर for example अभी SICA school में, SICA college में आपको लंच बनवाना है, राइट? अब वो कैपेबिलिटी इन हाउस सिक्का में है? प्रोबेबली नहीं. आप बाहर से लोगों को बुलाते हो बनाने के लिए, राइट? सिमिलरली एक सॉफ्टवेयर इंप्लीमेंट करने के लिए, एक टेक्नोलॉजी नया इंप्लीमेंट करने के लिए, जो कंपनी हीरो जैसे वो दे आर एक्सपर्ट्स इन मेकिंग ऑटोमोबाइल्स, बाइक्स, स्कूटर्स, बट फॉर टेक्नोलॉजी इंप्लीमेंटेशन दे आर नॉट एक्सपर्ट्स, सो दे नीड एक्सटर्नल हेल्प. उनको बाहर से एक हेल्प चाहिए, टेक्नोलॉजी कंपनी. So that is where the technology consulting company comes in and advises them on what software to use, how to implement, how to move forward. समझ में आया इतना? एक वेग आइडिया आया कि आपको बाहर से एक हेल्प चाहिए टेक्नोलॉजी इंप्लीमेंट करने के लिए, राइट? फॉर एग्जाम्पल स्मॉल सिनेरियो में आपके घर के अंदर आपको फेसबुक, इंस्टाग्राम डाउनलोड करके इंस्टॉल करना है आपके फोन पे, राइट? आप कर लोगे 5 मिनट में, लॉगिन बना लोगे, चैट करना शुरू कर दोगे, पोस्ट करना शुरू कर दोगे. बट यही चीज आपकी दादी को करना है, तो क्या होगा? आपकी हेल्प लगेगी. So you are the technology consultant for your dad, right? You will help them install the software, the app on their phone and show them how to do it. That is what these companies do at a larger scale, right? Okay, clear? Now, why do they need this?
as I told you, the companies themselves don't have the capability to do it. Right? The Hero या SBI, HDFC, वो लोग experts में अपने fields में experts हैं. But do they know what software to use or how to implement that? Probably not. Right? वो लोगों को payroll चाहिए. Right? HDFC में इतने सारे employees हैं. How do you maintain their names, birth dates, salaries? कैसे maintain करोगे? You need a system for that. When you need a system for that, you go for an external help. एक consulting company के पास जाओगे, they will come and say, okay, for you, this software is the best. Use this XYZ software, and we will implement it for you. Okay? And who needs it? Everybody needs. Technology सबको चाहिए. SICA schools. Where do they store it? It's not in an Excel sheet. It's not in a register. They need a software, an ERP system or anything of that sort to store all this. So, बोर हो रहा है तो हाथ उठा देना, मैं चुप रहूंगा, ठीक है? कोई बोर हो रहा है यहाँ से? नहीं? समझ में आ रहा है? Is it? Yeah? Excellent. तो अभी एक और एग्जाम्पल देता हूँ. ये कंपनी सबने सुनी है? Right? Accenture, Wipro, TCS, Infosys, ऐसी बहुत सारी कंपनी. So मैंने 4 नेम्स डाले यहाँ पे. अब ये क्या करते हैं? ये टेक्नोलॉजी कंसल्टिंग कंपनी. क्या ये सॉफ्टवेयर बनाती है? नहीं बनाती. वेरी गुड. They don't make softwares. What they do? They use other companies' softwares and implement it for other companies. That's what they do. That is what technology consulting is all about. So, let me take you to this. You've heard of these companies? Of course you have. Oracle, Microsoft, Salesforce, SAP, all these companies. What do? They make the software. वो कोड करते हैं, सॉफ्टवेयर बनाते हैं, ERP, Enterprise Resource Planning, आपने सुना होगा Oracle का ERP है, SAP का है, Microsoft of course आप लोग daily use करते हो, right? और Salesforce एक अलग company है, which does the same thing. So all these companies and more, they make the softwares. They don't implement the software. So much more as GBs or terabytes of data and things like that. So these companies create the products or the softwares, and these companies, Accenture's, the technology services company, they have the people who know those softwares created by them, and then they implement it for all these companies. So, चाहे वो banks हो, चाहे वो Mahindra car companies हो, Zomato, Hero, Sayaji, SBI, anything, you name it, right? It is not industry specific. ऐसा नहीं कि सिर्फ car manufacturers को चाहिए या bank को चाहिए. Or it's only movie industry. Any company for that matter requires some kind of software to maintain their day-to-day activities and more, right? Cyber security threats आते हैं, कुछ भी आते हैं, सारी companies को they need a software, and these companies help them choose this software. ये बोलते हैं कि okay, Zomato आपके पास 1000 एम्प्लॉइज हैं, राइट? और आपका स्प्रेड थ्रू आउट इंडिया है, राइट? तो आपको कौन सा सॉफ्टवेयर बेस्ट रहेगा? Oracle का रहेगा, SAP का रहेगा, Microsoft का रहेगा. They will choose. They'll say that okay, this is what is best for you. We'll come and do the implementation. Give us the money, right? So this is what the technology consulting companies do. Bare minimum technology consulting level. इसको IT services भी बोलते हैं, right? So, any questions on this till now? Any questions? So the business management students from college, you guys will find it more interesting here because this is where business meets technology, right? So when you guys join as a business consultant or a business analyst or something, when you grow up and go into an organization like this, like technology consulting, that's where your business will meet technology, and that's how the money comes in, right? So you can actually choose to go into any of these kind of companies. So here you will be an end user of technology. Here you will be the implementer of technology, and here you will be the creator of the technology. But in all these cases, this is how the business meets technology. And that is what technology consulting is all about. Right? Any questions? Anybody? Yes, please.
Consumer established their own software division. For now, HDFC is a pretty great bank. So can't they establish their own software? For now, they can't. Can they deploy own software?
What a wonderful, pertinent question. Fantastic. What's your name? Om. Fantastic, Om. Fantastic. That's a very, very pertinent question. He understood the concept very, very clearly. Thank you, Om, for the question. Right? His question is, if you couldn't hear, is कि चलो HDFC बैंक बहुत बड़ा बैंक है, काफी पैसे हैं, अपना खुद का टीम क्यों नहीं बना लेते? Why don't they hire their own software engineers? Why don't they create their own team and implement their own software? They absolutely can do it. But is that their core business? उनका core business क्या है? What is their money making aspect of any business? Right? It is banking. Right? अगर वो अपने गोल से भटक के दूसरी एक कंपनी चला रहे हैं, so will they be able to do both at the same great level? Probably not. Some companies do. But is it actually worthwhile doing it? HDFC have an IT team? Yes, they do. अभी भी है उनके पास. लेकिन वो क्या करते हैं? वो support करते हैं. मतलब already एक software implement हो चुका है, and the IT team will continuously support that. छोटी सी गलती हो गई, थोड़ा सा change करना है. So they will use their own software engineers. HDFC का खुद का IT team रहेगा. That is also pretty big, but they don't do new implementations. So when the new implementations come in, कि एक नया सॉफ्टवेयर डालना है, आपको साइबर सिक्योरिटी, नया तरीके का साइबर थ्रेट आया है कोई, राइट? सो एक नया साइबर सिक्योरिटी सॉफ्टवेयर इंप्लीमेंट करना है, तो दे मे गो टू एनी ऑफ दीज टेक्नोलॉजी कंपनीज. वो इंटरनली नहीं करेंगे, बट वंस इट इज इंप्लीमेंटेड दे विल टेक ऑन द सपोर्ट, राइट? दे विल डू दैट. सो आइडिया इज दे कैन डेफिनेटली डू इट. सयाजी इज अ बिग होटल चेन, राइट? उन लोगों को आईटी चाहिए, राइट? उन लोगों को सॉफ्टवेयर चाहिए, उनका टैक्स मेंटेन करना है, उन लोगों का रेवेन्यू मेंटेन करना है, लॉजिस्टिक्स, इन्वेंट्री की भाई हाँ खाना आ रहा है कि नहीं, किनको पैसा देना है, कहाँ से सब्जियां आ रही है, कहाँ से क्या आ रहा है. दे हैव टू डू ऑल दैट. Who does that? So if they spend their time on doing this software part, उन लोगों का hospitality industry जो है वो सफर हो जाएगा. So that is the reason most of these people don't do it. They get an external help, right? They get an external help to do it. So fantastic question, Om. Did I answer that correctly? You satisfied with the answer? Okay, fantastic. Any other questions? Anybody else? Anybody from the business angle? Nobody. All right. शर्माओ मत यार. मुझे शर्म आ रही थी पापा से आज बुके लेके, बचपन में जिनसे डांट खाई है. It was very funny for me. All right. So let's move on. Now, technology consulting, आप लोगों को समझ में आ गया होगा, I hope. IT services, and thanks to Om's question, I think I could clarify it a little better why those end companies cannot do it themselves. Now, let's see what's a project, right? I already asked this question. I got two great answers of the two great air purifier and the self-cleaning. What is that? Self-cleaning pipeline, right? Great initiatives, great projects. So, what is a project? One liner. You all have done projects. We got some two great examples. What's a project? Anybody, please do answer. Let's make it interactive.
Maybe a task that you are asked to do in a certain timeline.
Okay, very good. That's one part of it. She said a task which you are supposed to do in a specific timeline. That's a great start. Yes.
Be useful for the
Brilliant. Something that is useful for others or a public or something. Very, very good. Very good. That's another aspect of the project. Yeah. Otherwise, what's the use of doing it, right? If it's not useful to anybody, what's the point of doing it? Anybody? You saying something? No? Anybody from the back? No one? Yes, please. Go ahead. Research or design to now basic project, it has a start and a finish, right? एक start से जो लोग वेदर फोरकास्टिंग करते हैं मीटियोलॉजी के डिपार्टमेंट में बहुत बारिश होने वाली है इंदौर में, रात को बारिश होगी, दिन में कुछ नहीं, राइट? वो चीज है एंड प्रोजेक्ट probably not क्योंकि वो लोग रोज कर रहे हैं, उनका everyday activity है, no start date, no finish date. Second, it creates something new, as she very rightly said. It creates something which can help people or it serves a purpose. किसी एक चीज के लिए हम लोग वो काम करते हैं. It creates something new which is not ready yet, right? It could be in implementation of the software. It could be creating this table, creating this chair, or anything new is being created. Number 3 starts with an idea. As Mohammed said, is about the research of an objective. As to what is that? What is the idea of the objective? Why do you want to do it? Is it that you are happy having 1,000 more employees join your company? You want to have a system to note down these people. You want to need a notebook चाहिए आपको, Excel sheet चाहिए या कोई और system चाहिए. How do you do that? Right? And the final thing, it isn't business as the usual. मतलब हर दिन का प्रोग्राम नहीं है. For example, you have your classes every day, right? Now, when you have your classes every day, that's not a project. Your teachers have already scheduled that for you. You guys are attending the classes every day. आपको पता है कि आपके कौन-कौन से periods हैं, first period to the last period, Monday को क्या है, Tuesday को क्या है. So that's not a project. But during the beginning of the year, teachers came together and built that timetable for you. That was a project. एक timetable आप लोगों के लिए build किया गया. उसका start date था, end date था कि कितने classes चलेंगे, ये टीचर्स पढ़ाएंगी, ये टाइम रहेगा. So that is a project. But ongoing classes, are they project? No, because ongoing classes are business as usual. So project जो है वो एक अलग से होता है. So it happens outside the usual business, right? Any questions on this? Because the other part of it, the next part of it, depends on how much you understood it. If you don't mind, I'll have to have a sip of water. Thank you. Any questions on this? What is the project? Did you all understand? Excuse me. सबको पता चल गया क्या है प्रोजेक्ट? सब जानते हैं? Very good. Okay. So moving forward. So let's take today's event. ये जो अभी speaking event हो रहा है, to quote ma'am, industry academy interface, series of sessions you may have during this course of the year. So today's event, आज का जो अभी speaking event चल रहा है, उसको एक project मान के, how did you do that? So I'll explain it to you how the project management works. Planning. Sorry about this. I think the font is white, so it may not be very. खत्म हो गए, availability है आप लोगों की, right? और मैं भी आज इंदौर में हूँ. Is that a possibility? Is the main time. Then inviting the stakeholders. अब कर लिया क्या? The stakeholders. When I say stakeholders, you guys who are listening to this, the members of the staff, the members. Everybody is a stakeholder who owns a stake in this particular speaking program today, right? Risk identification. बारिश extra हो रही होती, कोई आ नहीं पाता. That's a risk, isn't it? अभी बात करते करते माइक चली जाए, प्रोजेक्टर नहीं लेगा, यहाँ लेके माइक नहीं चलेगा. That's a risk. So you have to identify this during the planning. So आज के प्रोजेक्ट के लिए ये सब किसी ने प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजर ने आइडेंटिफाई किया होगा. मेरी प्रिंसिपल मैम or somebody else is a project manager for this project, right? Whoever is the project manager to manage this entire event today has done this planning even before the project started. Now, after planning comes the execution phase. Execution phase is the phase when things happen. जिस चीज की planning की गई है, वो चीज हुई कि नहीं, right? So what are we doing today? Setting the stage. That is a part of the project plan. Stage set किया गया. यहाँ पे लैंप जलाने की व्यवस्था, लैपटॉप की व्यवस्था, कुर्सियाँ, पानी, everything, all that part of setting the stage.
arranging the chairs, right, for you guys, sound systems and logistics check, welcoming the stakeholders, so gracefully welcome. Thank you for the bouquet and the flowers and everything, and having the seminar conducted itself. So today what we are having is the execution phase right now, right? Execution phase of the project. So for a project manager, after planning, you do the execution and then monitoring. So monitoring, abhi program chal when you are doing the project right now, when you are executing it, in parallel, you are monitoring how the project is going. Is the project going on time? 2 घंटे से ऊपर हो गया क्या बात करते हुए? सब सो गए क्या? Monitoring, right? People are on track, timing is on track or not? Project तो चल रहा है, electricity sound ठीक है. Risk mitigation, यहाँ पे हमने risk identify किया था. Suppose light चली जाती है, पहले ही हमने plan किया हुआ था, mitigation है, inverter है, generator है, right? वो चालू कर सकते हैं क्या immediately? अगर ये हो जाए तो, ताकि project तुम्हारा बंद ना हो, project चलता रहे. So this is the third part of a project management, which goes on in parallel with the execution, right? And the fourth one is closure, right? जब हम project खत्म कर देंगे, thank yous, goodbyes, right? Any feedback from you guys? Did I make myself clear? Did you guys get anything out of this presentation at all? Was there anybody who gained a little bit of information from this, or get a chance to understand what a career path could be in project management? And learning documentation. Document करना कि क्या सीख सकते हैं, lessons learned from this, if there's something which went wrong, which went right in this, right? क्या दोबारा करना चाहिए, क्या दोबारा नहीं करना चाहिए? All these things. So, in a very, very small scale, in a nutshell, to explain to you what project management is all about, is this. You plan, you execute, you monitor while it's happening, and you close the project with a benefit for the people who you've done the project for. So if there's no benefit to the project, then it's a worthless project, isn't it? So, any questions on this? Anybody wants to give me an example? Just like this. How about you? For the example, which the project, can you put that in these 4 steps? Planning, execution, monitoring, and this? You took 2 months to do it, isn't it?
Yes.
So, how did you do it?
So it all started when our teachers said that we should start preparing for Bal Vigyan and all that stuff. Then we took the team, and according to that, we scheduled everything. And with that, we started doing the rehearsals for the entire presentation and stuff. Then we went to the market to buy stuff and put it together. Yes, everything can be actually summarized in all these 4 steps, because apparently that's how you have to do it.
Excellent. Fantastic. So, as she said, they initially planned. उनके पास idea आया, project करना है, right? They planned, they put the people together, that is stakeholders, right? They got the team together. कि हम लोगों को ये team है, and we have to do this project. They got all the together. उन्होंने decide किया, हम everyday school में आधा घंटा निकालेंगे this project के लिए, right? They decided the time, and they decided who's going to actually present it at the initial, और कौन क्या करेगा, right? कौन presentation prepare करेगा, कौन market जाके सामान लाएगा project के लिए, all that was decided, right? I'm sure there is some kind of risk which would have been involved. तुमने सोचा होगा, हो सकता है project ना चले at the end of it. Self clean नहीं हुआ तो क्या मतलब रहा, right? Pipeline, right? So it's in all good fun. This is what it is, right? So they planned it, then they did their execution, they created that apparatus, and then they monitored कि चल रहा है कि नहीं, testing हुआ, etc. And then they closed the project. They presented it to Bal Vigyan, right? That's how it happened. So all this can be summarized into these 4 steps. At a bare minimum, project के लिए लगता है काफी और भी चीजें हैं, but I'll just stop with this one to what it is. Now you understood technology consulting, जो मैंने पहले बताया आपको, how the companies make money with technology consulting and project management. How do these both intersect? ये दोनों साथ कैसे आते हैं? How do you marry these 2 things? Right? You look at the screen and tell me. Anybody, any idea? मैं ज़्यादा नहीं, 3 points लिखे हुए हैं यहाँ पे सिर्फ. How does project management meet technology consulting? Anybody wants? Yes, please go ahead.
Sir, I think if someone is working on the project, so to make that easier, technology really helps in that. So I think in that process,
Great answer. Great answer for that. What's your name again? Sorry. Sarthak. All right. Sarthak. Thank you. Anybody else want to take a stab? Yes, please.
So what I think it is about is that first they would have some research about what all technologies are in the process and about what all technologies are already produced, and then the people who are researching on this will have a record of that, and then whenever they'll be appointed for some project regarding some particular aspect of any company is working, they will use their research and implement it and find strategies and will plan it accordingly how to implement that and what will be the duration of its implementation. And then they will help in consulting them.
Very good train of thought. Yes, good train of thought. Very good. Anybody wants to continue on that train? Or anybody wants to take a different track? Come on, a few more answers, please. Yes, please, Home.
Although they both work together, it would be very cheap for the country.
Sorry?
If both technology consultant and project management work together in single step,
Yeah.
means in one step only we can get all the answers.
Good track. Yes, yes. Valid point. Please.
If Infosys do both technology consultant and project management,
Yeah.
then they only have to go to Infosys, then they're both work better than
Great point. Great point. Yes, fantastic. That is good. Anybody else? No one? All right. So you see three things here, right? Process, people, technology. So any technology to implement, right? You have to have people. Whom are you doing it for? People. And who are doing it? People. So people is the core aspect of it. Humans, right? आप कुछ भी टेक्नोलॉजी इंप्लीमेंट कर रहे हो या नया टेक्नोलॉजी बना रहे हो, ये किसके लिए बना रहे हो? यू आर डूइंग इट फॉर सर्टेन सेट ऑफ पीपल, सर्टेन ग्रुप ऑफ पीपल. जोमेटो जो बना रहा है, राइट? और जोमेटो ने जो इंप्लीमेंट किया है उनके लिए, व्हाट डिड दे डू इट फॉर? दे डिड इट सो दैट hungry people can order food, right? That's their target market, right? Facebook, what is the use of Facebook? They made the technology for a certain set of people so that the processes within your organization. आपका एक पढ़ने प्रोसेस होगा. कुछ लोग सुबह जल्दी उठ के पढ़ते हैं, कुछ लोग रात को पढ़ते हैं, right? Somebody just revises things. Some people study the same day. So सबका अलग process रहेगा. But what is a common process which can bring everybody together? Say the school, right? You study in school at the same time, the same period, same classes, right? So a process brings that together. So a combination of these three things, technology, people and process, इन तीनों को साथ में कैसे चलाना is what a project manager does. A project manager has to make sure the people are aligned, the technology is aligned, and the processes within the technology are also aligned, right? अगर process गलत है, technology शायद बहुत हो, it won't work, right? अगर टेक्नोलॉजी आपको अलाउ कर रही है चीजें करने के लिए और सपोज सारे एम्प्लॉइज की सैलरी जो है वो 10 तारीख को जा रही है इंस्टेड ऑफ द फर्स्ट ऑफ द मंथ, इज इट वर्किंग प्रॉपर्ली? इज द टेक्नोलॉजी बैड? नो, द प्रोसेस इज बैड. जिसने इंप्लीमेंट किया है उन्होंने शायद डेट गलत दे दिया है या जो भी इंप्लीमेंट किया है उन्होंने कॉन्फ़िगरेशन किया है सिस्टम के अंदर, वो गलत हुआ. सो the process also matters as much as the technology and people. So taking these three together, right? एक कार में इन तीनों को बिठा के एक डायरेक्शन में लेके जाना is what project manager's job is. He is the driver of that car where these three people are sitting, right? So that is what the intersection between the project management happens in the technology consulting. So a technology, when somebody goes, so Infosys, they went to the government of India. They said, you use technology XYZ and make this portal, make this income tax portal. Government said, all right, thank you for consulting us, thank you for giving this. Now the project managers come into play. They said, अच्छा, ये technology है, इसको implement करना है. I need these many people. I need, this is the budget. Right? They created all that aspect of it, and that's how
glitches आए उसमें, difficulties आई at the end of it, but it is working fine now, isn't it? So every project has that. At the end of it, so the people were helped, the technology was good, and it is robust because it's working, and the process of actually paying your income tax or returning your whatever the tax returns which you do at the end of it is working fine now, isn't it? So that is where the process came in. The process was given by the income tax department to Infosys, right? These are the processes. So ये तीनों को साथ में लेके चलना is how the project manager works, and that's how he moves ahead. Now to an interesting portion, what you guys may be interested in. Probably 11th, 12th is slightly early, but for the college graduates also, and for you guys soon when you will be in college next year. See, this is a typical career path for a project manager. You start as a technology consultant, maybe coding, maybe anything, right? You will reach a team lead stage wherein you are managing people. You have some people who will work, you will assign them tasks to do it, right? And that is how you will start. Then it becomes a project coordinator. Project coordinator is exactly what she said, saying that there were certain tasks which are allocated to different people, and you have to coordinate between them कि ये task complete होंगे कि नहीं, right? Like आज के example में इवेंट में मैम ने काम दिए होंगे, प्रिंसिपल मैम ने कि भाई तुम स्टेज सेट करो, तुम वेलकम स्पीच तैयार करो, etc. So that is what project coordinator would initially do, to give it to different tasks and then follow up कि भाई ये खत्म हुआ कि नहीं. Then you become a kind of associate project manager where you will be helping other project managers with managing the project, documentation, other activities which are required over there, right? Then finally you become the project manager who has the entire responsibility of making sure that the project goes live in time, on budget, and making sure that the processes work, right? I see a few people getting bored over there. Any questions on this? Or how can I make it more interesting? ये career path है. This is the last two slides I'm going to present. Then I will open for questions if any. Once you become the project manager, you take on bigger projects. Multi-million-dollar projects आते हैं आपके पास. शायद if you guys are going to be a civil engineer going forward, you will be doing a project of building a bridge. That's also a bridge. This is a technology consulting workshop, so it's a technology project I'm talking about. Similarly, you go on and forth. अब project manager एक अकेला या एक अकेली ये काम नहीं कर सकता, right? What happens here is you have a lot of people who have to work with you. There could be a risk manager who is dedicated to make sure that there is no risk in the project, या अगर कोई risk आता है उसको कैसे maintain किया जाए. Then quality manager, making sure your work products are, in proper quality. खराब product देने का कोई मतलब नहीं है. Product manager, this is very interesting. This product manager, and can anybody tell me the difference between product manager and a project manager? Anyone? Want to say something? No? Yes, please.
Product manager is someone who specifically just sees over the product which has been like made, right? And the project manager is someone who over.
Okay. Yeah. Valid. Anybody else? Not from the same person, please. Somebody new. Anyone? Yeah. I saw somebody else trying to say, raise their neighbor's hand. All right. Okay, no problem. So product manager is somebody who works on getting a product created, not for a specific client. For example, Instagram या Facebook जिसे बनाया है, that's a product manager. They made a product to be sold. It's not a project to be implemented. The difference is that, basic difference, कि एक product एक initially बन के तैयार हो जाएगा, उसके बाद they will be marketed, they will be sold, people can download it, use it, etc. Right? Like I said, the product companies initially I showed you, Microsoft, Oracle, etc. Now Microsoft made a product called Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, Microsoft PowerPoint. That is a product which they created, and that was created by product managers, right? But managing that entire activity, कि वो product बने, वो sale हो, या फिर उसके अंदर के features क्या हैं, there could be multiple projects within each of them, right? उस product का एक part होगा, suppose PowerPoint का एक part होगा color themes. That could be a project in itself. So that's how this goes. First and first. Change manager. Change manager भी एक career path है जो आप लोग choose कर सकते हैं. This is extremely important because change is the most difficult thing. If there is a person in a bank working for 10 years, वो रोज सुबह बैंक जाता है, he'll open up a screen, he'll type in something and it'll work for him. अब 10 साल से एक ही सॉफ्टवेयर यूज कर रहा है, 10 साल बाद this, right? There's the mitigation, there's the generator inverter. A great example right live in front of you.
That is it.
Okay, anyways, can you guys see me? Right? Can you hear me? Yes. So let's continue till this meeting. Now, I was giving you the example. If there is a person working on the same software for, alright. If there is a person working on the same software 10 years, 10 साल बाद बैंक ने बोला, we got to change the software because it's become old now. नए features आए हैं, नए compliances, नए laws आए हैं. How do you do that? Right? So that person who's been working on the same thing for 10 years will find it very difficult to learn a new software and to use new screens from the next day. Right? It's not very easy. So, like for example, for you guys, when you go from school to college, it's going to be a big change. It's not like school में आपको पता है 10th के बाद 11th, 11th के बाद 12th, 12th के बाद क्या, right? It's going to be difficult for you guys to do that. So that kind of change when it happens is difficult, and the change manager makes sure that those changes are easy or at least make life easy for the people who are changing. आप नए सॉफ्टवेयर पे जा रहे हो, नए टेक्नोलॉजी पे जा रहे हो, so there is going to be a slight change. आप में से कुछ लोग एंड्रॉइड यूजर्स होंगे, हो सकता है अगले साल आईफोन खरीदो. There will be a technology change, right? So when you do that, or iPhone से Android पे आओ या फिर Samsung से Google पे जाओ, किसी पे भी, when you do that change, what happens is there is a difficulty in that initial few days. To make that easy is what a change manager does. There are a lot of certification courses for change manager, etc. Part of the project management, but very important aspect of it. Now, that is one of those things. The last one, I think, shall we again? No problem. The last one is resource manager. Now, the resource manager, you have a lot of people in doing a project. So, I think it was Om who was mentioning that we have an IT team in our company, right? So, you have people who are great at Java, people who are great at databases, people who will be great at front-end creations, right? People who will be good at cybersecurity. So, you have to bring all these people together. So, ये सारे लोगों को resources बोलते हैं, right? In the company terminology. Not a great word, but yeah, of course. So when you do the resource management, and that is what a resource manager does. So you need a resource manager to help the project manager. बोले, अरे ये काम करने के लिए I need a Java resource. Now the project manager, instead of going in, project manager goes to the resource manager. He makes sure that there is an available Java resource who comes and works for the project. So there are so many aspects of project management, not just one career path, right? So this is what it is. Last slide. It may just come up now. Thank you. This is the last slide I have. What are the career skills? आप लोग जो पढ़ाई कर रहे हो, that is anyways required. That's a given, right? आपको एक paragraph बनाने के लिए ABCD तो आना चाहिए, right? So that is a given. What you guys are doing academically, great. All these initiatives that ma'am was talking about all will help in these activities. You don't have to continuously talk. एक project एक साल का है, you will have that team for 1 year. You will be doing that for one particular client. आप सायाजी के साथ एक project कर रहे हो, उनके लिए implement करो. So सायाजी staff, you will talk to them only for those 6 months for which they are implementing the project. Immediately after that, you may probably go to another project. HDFC जा रहे हो, so you will be talking to the HDFC guys for that. So communication and non-violent communication without actually angering the customers, without having troubles within your own team. कैसे communicate करोगे आप? Not just email पे, chats पे, वगैरह वगैरह. However you do it, how easy or difficult it is for you to communicate with others. That is a skill which you have. Technology, Microsoft नहीं है, Oracle लीजिए, या Oracle नहीं है, SAP लीजिए. How will you convince them about that? You have to understand their industry, right? So you, as a consultant, as a technology consultant, you are going to them and saying that, okay, आपके लिए बिस्लरी का पानी ठीक नहीं है, आप एक्वाफिना का पानी पीजिए. What is the differentiation? First, you understand the audience, right? So initially, when I try to understand which of you guys are 11, 12, and college, and if you are all computer graduates, so solely because of this, because if I don't understand what you guys are doing right now, मैं आपको समझा नहीं पाऊंगा क्या चल रहा है. So similarly, as a technology consultant, I need to know the industry a little bit. So इसलिए project managers are a lot more industry specific कि भाई construction engineering में काम कर रहे हैं या healthcare में काम कर रहे हैं. That way, technology knowledge, of course, as a technology consultant and in the technology field, you need to know what technology you are implementing. You don't need to know the core details. You don't need to know the configuration. आपको screens पता होने की जरूरत नहीं है, databases पता होने की जरूरत नहीं है. But you need to have an overview of idea of what that software does and how well it does. Right? Negotiation skills given and adaptability. Changes. Project manager के time पे पूरे project में changes आते रहते हैं. Right? 6 months down the project, for example, a bridge. You are creating a bridge. 6 months down the line समझ में आया कि okay यहाँ पे नहीं हो सकता क्योंकि यहाँ पे ज़मीन जो है it's not conducive for making a bridge. You may have to change the path of the bridge, so you have to be adaptable to it. Project management plan change होगा आपका, budget change होंगे, लोग change होंगे, so you have to be adaptable to do that. So apart from the educational skills you are getting, you need to make sure that you have these career skills to get into technology consulting and project management. That's about it from my side today. Hopefully I have not bored you. Any questions, please? I'm very open to questions. This has to be an interactive session. आप लोगों को कुछ तो यहाँ से सीख के जाना है, right? या मुझे सिखा के जाना है? Anybody, any questions? Any clarifications जो मैंने बताया उसमें से आपको कुछ clarifications हैं? या फिर any questions I want you would like to get answered? So the last bench is discussing amongst themselves. Please ask me that question. Yes, please, go ahead. Great question. What's your name? Brilliant. Anybody else? Yes, please.
Proper planning.
Proper planning. Okay. Anybody else?
Direct industry experience.
Direct industry experience.
Yes, sir.
All right, of the project which you're doing.
Yes.
Okay, very good. Excellent. Very good. This takes me back to the first. I'll ask for more tips and tricks from you guys. Let me just take you back to the first slide which I made. Mohammed said understanding the requirement of the customer. So the first thing is, the more time you spend understanding the requirement, if as a project manager or a project lead, you would have understood the customer, right? That they want a typical swing on a tree with a tire, right? अगर ये पहले पता हो जाता, this as close to this, हो सकता है you would have thought about, okay, they want half a tire rather than a full tire. That's also okay. But as long as you understand this, that this is what they want, you have the clear understanding of the requirement, as Mohammed said. That is number one, right? If you have that, well begun is half done, as they say, right? So that's number one tip and trick, that you have to understand the core requirement of the customer, and for that the industry knowledge is also important, as I said, right? So if you don't have the industry knowledge, you as a project lead, you bring the people who have the understanding in your team to make sure that they know that thing, right? I want to do a project for a finance company, and I'm bad at finance, right? I don't understand finance companies, right? I will get some chartered accountants, I'll get some people who work in banks, insurance, etc., to get and understand the requirement over there, right? And to document it so that the project can be completed. So these are the two main things which you do initially as thing. And the third bit is communication throughout. The minute you lose communication within the team and with the customers, the project is basically not going to go very well. But to comfort you or to scare you, I don't know, 75 to 80% of the projects are never on time, never on budget. Buddy companies coming, including the case of Infosys which you saw, right? it doesn't happen because it's so huge and so many moving parts are involved. So, these are the few tips and tricks. And going forward, as you gain experience, you will know that as a project manager, right? हो सकता है customers आपको बीच project में बोले नहीं ना feature चाहिए software में, right? आपके पास ना time बचा है ना budget बचा है वो करने के लिए, right? तो आप उनको कैसे मना करेंगे? That's an art you will learn. Maybe you accept it the first time you're a project manager, you'll accept it, but then you'll figure out that you are losing out on time. Yeah, right? Any other questions? Yes, please.
Sir, I wanted to ask if project management is a skill or a career path.
Okay, good question. It's both, isn't it? Now, being a teacher, you have great teachers here. Please sit. Yeah. So you have great teachers over here. Teaching is the skill, teacher is the career path, isn't it? Right? So similarly, managing a project is a skill, but project management, project manager is a career path. Right? So there are people who started off as technical developers, continue to grow in the same aspect as technical developers. They are not leading people, they are not managing projects, they are actually going from strength to strength to create more complex products. Right? That's a career path. So in any technology company, you will find two career paths. One is the management path and one is the technical path. Right? Technical path पे भी grow कर सकते हो आप, wherein you will keep learning new technologies, actually doing the coding, physical aspect of it, creating a front end, back end, so, but it's a skill which needs to be learned. And within project management, multiple skills, as I said, communication, all these things are part of that. Yeah? They answer it?
Yes.
You had a question.
So, sir, my basically question was, for example, there are three companies.
Yeah.
One is a very big media production house. One is a software company.
Okay.
And one is Microsoft.
Okay.
Right. So that production house is coming with a very big project.
Okay.
So they want that software company, for example, Bethesda.
Yeah.
They want that to create a mini game
Okay.
for that certain project.
Brilliant. Okay.
Then Bethesda goes to Microsoft. They take its DirectX service.
Okay.
Then after a certain amount of time, 1 or 2 years, the project had a bit of changes.
Okay.
And at the end of the time, at the end of time, they got things got a bit messed up. So when the final project got launched, there were many glitches and all those stuff.
Yeah.
So who will be held accountable for that? Because there were many changes from the client also from that production house. There were many, confusion part from Bethesda itself. So who will be held accountable for that?
Great question. Great question. What's your name?
Yatharth.
Yatharth. Yatharth.
Yeah.
That's a very, very apt question. Who will be held accountable for a messed up project? Right? Maybe 1 year, 2 years down the line. The first person is or accountable for this will be the project manager. Right? This will be the project manager themselves. But is it all project managers' fault? No, it isn't. Because there are so many parties involved in doing a project. Right from the people who actually code the project to the people who give the requirement, to give people, the finance people who give the budget. Right? There are so many aspects which comes into play. Right? So, for example, एक major project चल रहा था. बीच में 2019 में 2020 में COVID आ गया, right? Nobody was able to go and do the project, right? Whose fault is that? Is that project manager's fault? Project complete नहीं हुआ, project manager की गलती होगी, right? ऐसा नहीं हो सकता, right? So there are a lot of external factors, internal factors which affect the project and the project outcome itself. But a project manager's job is to identify these in the beginning. Key, these are the possible reasons the project can be messed up in 1 or 2 years time, right? If the project manager had maintained the log of changes, customer side, as you said, the changes kept coming, isn't it? Changes kept coming. Was the log you have? You came up with 100 changes in 1 year, which was not part of the scope. Right? Initial scope ने बोला ऐसा गेम बनाओ, right? जिसमें 150 फीचर्स, आप 250 फीचर्स लेके आए हैं, right? Of course, project delay होगा, project में difficulties आएंगी, messed up होगा, but I have the log for this and I have the approval which you guys gave to go ahead with this, isn't it? So if the project manager has the tracking of all these things, right? Then he is able to say that the reason for it. So there is no, what do you call it? There's no one person who is held completely accountable, but the person responsible is project manager to make sure that doesn't happen. The mess doesn't happen, right? So it is the project manager's job. Great question, very thought, very apt. Any maybe final two questions, anybody? Anybody at all? Yes, Mohammed, please go ahead. Very high depending on the project, very low again depending on the project, right? So average, for example, I mean there's no average to this because the size of the project varies, right? It can be $100, it could be millions of dollars. So it depends on, like for example, what is an average cost of a jeans, right? If you're wearing a jeans, what is an average cost of a jeans, Mohammed, if I ask you, right? You'll say, if you're, yeah, so that is, you are thinking from your perspective. But what is the jeans which, okay, in today's current topic, what is Anand Ambani wearing? How much does it cost? You don't know, right? So average cost is not 1,500 rupees as you say. Average cost is much higher if you are thinking from their perspective also. So the whole idea is there is no average cost which I can say कि भाई इतना लगता है for a technology consulting to hire. It also depends on the company. You hire Infosys, you may get a different rate. Wipro it's a different rate, and Accenture it could be a different rate altogether. So it all depends on how you are selling your brand name, your the size of the project. 2 साल का project है, 1 साल का project है या 3 महीने का project है, right? And the experience of the people whom you are going to assign to that project. आप 20 साल experience बंदे को लगा रहे हो उस project में काम करने के लिए, the cost will be higher. If you are putting 2 5-year experienced candidates into that project, the cost will be much lower. So did I answer your question? Yeah? All right. Please. Yes, please.
Sir, can you once again explain the role of IT services?
IT services. All right. What's your name?
Kritika Mishra.
Kritika. All right, Kritika. So IT services are the same as kind of technology consulting, right? Please. So IT services are nothing but information technology services, right? So in consulting, what is the extra thing you do is that you tell them what software to use, how to implement them. And the IT services are actually doing that job for you, right? For your project, you want a Microsoft PPT, right? A consultant came and told you, आपको Microsoft PowerPoint. IT services बोलेगा ठीक है मैं आपको install. Same is the actual work of implementation is IT services. Technology consulting is actually telling you which is the IT service basically part of technology consulting. Yeah. Yes, please.
So, what is the path of becoming a technology consultant?
Yeah. So the one which I showed you, basically the path is if you are going into the technology industry. So technology consultant is one who can do technical aspects of the project also, right? Coding कर सकते हो, configuration of a system कर सकते हो. For example, you go and learn an ERP system, right? Enterprise resource planning. I don't know if you would have learned it in 11th and 12th yet. You haven't. It's basically a software which manages the entire company. People manage करता है, inventory manage करता है. जैसे for example, if you take a restaurant, the employees का information उसी system पे रहेगा. आप लोग और utensils, plates, etc. कहाँ से आ रही है उसका information भी उस system पे रहेगा, right? Salaries उस system पे रहेगी, advertising उस system पे रहेगी, सब एक ही system में अगर रहेगा, that is called the ERP system. Basically, the पूरा enterprise को manage करने के लिए. Suppose you go and learn that in the company, you will be a technical consultant to start off. And then if you concentrate on a particular aspect of it, कि मैं सिर्फ finance पे काम करता हूँ, so you'll be a functional consultant, right? For that. And then you move on to become an overall lead, and then from there to project manager, right? Or you can start off as a project manager itself. When I say project manager, not a wholehearted project manager, as a project coordinator, a team lead. So you will understand. Okay, you keep following up with people. You also something called Project Management Professional, PMP, and DGMP, which is the Program Management Professional. The kind of agile. I'm sure you have heard of this word, agile coaches. There are qualifications and courses which you will get to know in due course of time, probably not at the school level, but you will get to know that in due course of time, and that will help you grow as a project manager. Yeah?
Are there any particular subjects or you can start with any?
For a project manager, there is no particular subject. It's an overall soft skill approach. As I said, the communication, your negotiation skills, your adaptability, everything. And so there is no particular subject you have to take for that. Anybody can be a project manager. That's a good part of it. Right? It's more of people management, as well as if you understand technology, you marry them both and become a technology project manager. Right? Or you can be a project manager for bridges, civil. Project can be anything, not just technology. But we are talking technology here, so that's why I'm giving those examples. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Is the BTech computer science more in demand compared to BTech like
BTech in computer science is more in demand.
compared to the IT? The information technology.
Sorry, I don't understand.
People tend to take
Uh-huh.
BE computer science
Okay.
instead of BE information technology.
Information technology. I'm not sure if it's related to the job aspect of it.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Everybody wants computer science, not IT.
Not IT, right? So basically, I think it's the same in this case. I'm not sure what that is. Is that just a naming or something, or is it just the availability of job is better there? I don't know how they send it. I'm sorry.
Computer science
Yeah.
covers overall.
I'm not aware of these two differentiations. Yeah. Sorry for that. Yes, please. Main risks and common problems in this industry. How to tackle them. All right. Very, very good question. Your name, please? Ashish. Ashish. Okay. So the biggest problems in these industries are, see, one of them from the business standpoint is the competition, right? So all the companies which start providing consulting services or IT services, are they going really great? Probably not, because of the kind of competition there. And the speed at which the technology is changing, right? You as a company or you as a technology consultant, you have to be, you have to keep updating yourself continuously. That's another big challenge. For example, if today I don't use ChatGPT, am I lagging behind in doing something? Probably yes, right? There could be somebody who does a job in 1 hour, which I take 5 hours to do if I don't use this. For example, it's a very bare minimum example, but one is the competition, and second one is the kind of adaptable nature of you on how you keep yourself updated. That's a big challenge out there, right? And you never know what kind of technology is if you're going into this career path, right? You don't know if your technology exists after 5 years, right? So I learn a technology today, I become great at that technology, I do project management for this, I do consulting for this. 3 years down the line, maybe this product nobody needs, right? Right? So what's the point of it? Until I am able to learn to the next one, I can move on to the next one easily and pick it up, right? That is what will keep you. So these are the 3 main challenges which I usually see when you ask a technology consultant. I had to change it. I started off as a Oracle ERP technical consultant, right? It was all done on premise. Now you know about cloud. I'm sure you guys have learned about cloud. Everything has changed to cloud. If I don't understand what the concept of cloud is and how the software is used from the cloud, I am of no relevance today, isn't it? So you've got to keep that moving. So that's some of the big challenges. Great question. Great question. Yeah. Right? Thank you guys. I hope you all learned something.
Great session. You are a wonderful teacher. You explain in very simple language.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for such a wonderful seminar today, sir. It was really wonderful listening to you, and I must appreciate your communication skills. That's really very engaging, and I think all of our students, they must have listened to it. And the one thing I want to ask you, if our students made you at least happy that they are asking questions and they have understood something?
100%, ma'am. Very, very pertinent questions also on top of it. Thank you guys.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for being
Thank you so
interactive.
much.
Thank you for talking and appreciate your efforts to come in today and listen to me. I hope I made a certain bit of difference. If you guys learned something, at least some terminology of what is this, what I'm talking about. Even if you haven't understood the whole, because that takes time to understand and work experience. But of course, if you know that there is a career path called project management and technology consulting, that's great.
So these are young minds. I'm sure that this is really going to make them think about this all, and that may chart a new path for them overall. I mean, a great opportunity for your career point of view also, that you can make your career in this field. And when you have advice and guidance from such people from the industry itself, then it is really a very advantageous point. Thank you so much, sir, for the wonderful seminar. Really, it was nice listening to you and very enlightening session overall. Let's have a huge round of applause for sir. And moving forward, I will invite all our distinguished management to please come on the stage for the memento. Sir, we are really happy and we wish to present you a memento. I will request Babuji sir, Managing Trustee sir, SM Iyer sir, G. Ramesh sir, Susan madam, please come on stage. Ronika madam, I will request you, but if you can please. Okay. As a token of gratitude and appreciation, we would like to present a memento. I will also invite the vice principals to please come on the stage. Pretty madam, Kathy madam, and Dinesh sir, please come on the stage.
So I was.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So I will request Babuji sir, Managing Trustee sir, Gunjan madam, and Susan ma'am to please come forward and present the memento to our distinguished guest of today. This is very nice feeling, a father giving a memento to his son. Let's have a huge round of applause. Lord, God should make our parents proud. I will request SM Iyer sir, G. Ramesh sir, Prachi madam to please present Kursi safely to our eminent guest speaker. Thank you so much, sir. Thanks a lot. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot. I will request you all to please take a seat in the front row.